Coming up, as another snowstorm heads our way, see what it takes and how much it costs for the city to keep the streets clear. Plus, another update on the Stephen Jones murder trial. And later, meet this week's Teacher of the Week. The news starts now.
You're watching NAZ Today, Northern Arizona's local news.
Good evening and welcome to NAZ Today. I'm Audrey O'Connell.
And I'm Michaela Clark. Thanks for tuning in. Despite the sunny weather today, it's not springtime just yet because we are expecting more snow later this week.
And with snow comes the process of snow removal. April Hettinger has more on how much it's costing the city.
With the recent record-breaking snowstorm, the city of Flagstaff paid a high price for snow removal.
We probably expended upwards of $300,000 to $400,000 on snow operation. In a major snow year with the city of Flagstaff, we can spend upwards of $1.5 to $2 million.
On top of the snow costs, city workers plowed a heavy load, probably more than some would expect.
We moved 1.6 billion pounds of snow, and that's a lot. 4.9 million yards. That's a ton of material.
To limit the amount of work during the blizzard, public works operators spend the days in preparation leading up to a storm.
With preparations, you know, here we're standing next to a cinder pile, and we chain up all of our vehicles. We have cinder spreaders in the back of our 10-wheel trucks. We get all of our vehicles and snow equipment ready for the big storm.
Snow removal is no easy task, but Flagstaff Public Works is responsible for keeping the roads clear.
It definitely takes its toll on the people doing that work, especially if you're plowing snow in a snowstorm with visibility being bad. It's a pretty difficult job, and we threw everything we had at it. We had, at any given time, 20, 30 pieces of equipment running 12-hour shifts.
Operators and plows work from 10 p.m. to 10 a.m. through intense conditions, but afterward they get to stand back and reflect on their performance.
What was interesting is after the storm, everyone was evaluating their own work. And so to me, that's a sign of a great team.
Bertelson reminds drivers to be cautious and patient while out on the roads. April Hettinger, NAZ Today. Flagstaff Public Works is getting ready and budgeting for the next winter storm, which will impact Flagstaff in a different way.
NAZ Today's Chelsea Parker tells us that one of the positive things of getting so much moisture in a short period of time are the effects on our main water supply, Lake Mary.
It's so close, but it's not quite there. The water levels at Upper Lake Mary are just at the brink of flowing over the dam. It's not something that happens every year, but when it does, people take notice. Like Art Gonzalez, who's seen the dam overflow many times over the years.
I just wanted to come out and see how much it was filling up. Like I say, a friend of mine told me it was about to spill over.
Luckily for Jessica Dupati, it wasn't. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to do this. Dupati and her husband recently moved to Sedona and didn't know today's water levels were anything special.
We're just kind of exploring what else the area has to offer. So it just kind of brought us here. We just sort of stumbled upon it today.
But for the city's water services division, it is special.
When the lake is filling, it just brings me comfort and I sleep better at night.
Though they've seen the lake spill over before.
In the past 80 years, we've seen 15 fill events. Not too many of those have gone the whole, the entire storage, from 22% to 100%.
But it's not just how much water that's impressive, it's how fast.
We went from 25% full February 2nd to 70% full 15 days later. And now another 2 weeks and we're about to top.
So there's no need to take a second look. Seeing this much water in the high desert this year is no mirage. Chelsea Parker, NAZ Today.
The water will flow over the dam any day now. Aaron Young with the Water Services Division predicts it will happen by this Sunday.
Yet another delay in the retrial of former NAU student Stephen Jones. It has been almost 2 years since the original murder trial was deemed a mistrial. The second trial has been pushed back a few times, and today Judge Dan Slayton held a status conference. Jones joined in telephonically, but they were unable to set a date for the second trial. They agreed to set a date by March 15th.
The State House has passed a bill that would allow adults to have loaded guns in their vehicles on school grounds. Right now, Arizona already allows unloaded weapons in vehicles driven by adults. Republicans say the legislation will reduce the risk of accidental shooting from parents loading and unloading guns. Democrats say the change will make schools more dangerous.
The Chief Justice of Arizona's Supreme Court is retiring. Scott Bales will step down July 31st. He was first appointed in 2005 and has been Chief Justice for 5 years. Bales' replacement will be Governor Doug Ducey's fifth appointment to the court in November. Justice Robert Brutinel was selected Chief Justice for the next 5-year term starting in July.
Well, today is Fat Tuesday, or Mardi Gras. It also marks the beginning of Lent for the Catholic faith. But April Hettinger explains that for downtown Flagstaff businesses, the holiday provides a unique opportunity to do something different.
Visiting from San Diego, Anna Marie and John Roach got a little something extra with their purchase today.
So we're just kind of passing through, and we saw that bookstore, so we got some stuff there, and that's where we got the beads.
The Downtown Business Alliance gave participating stores strands of beads, and for every $25 that a customer spends, they get a strand of beads, and that's a raffle entry.
For many people, Mardi Gras means drinking, but the Downtown Business Alliance hopes that cooperative promotions like this can help more businesses join in the celebration.
I think it's really great, any opportunity downtown businesses have to work together and to coordinate with each other to do cool things like Locals Night or something like tonight with that raffle, I think, speaks to the community aspect of holidays like this.
There's 3 winners, 2 $25 gift cards and 1 $50 gift card to a store downtown of their choice.
April Hettinger.
Happy Mardi Gras! Party down!
NAZ Today.
If you still want to celebrate downtown, Hotel Monte Vista is participating with a Fat Tuesday event tonight.
It's Teacher Tuesday, which means it's time to feature another exceptional educator as our Teacher of the Week. This week's teacher comes from Flagstaff Arts and Leadership Academy.
NAZ Today's Aaron Vidito is in the studio to tell us more about a teacher who uses his high energy to keep his students engaged. Aaron?
High energy is right. Middle school can be a tough time for kids. They're making so many new discoveries and not all of them are good. However, Doug Lyerly transforms his classroom into a haven from the outside world that's still full of meaningful lessons. When asking students to describe their favorite classes, they might use words like
fun, interactive, very, very fun.
But these students aren't describing PE or theater. They're actually describing Mr. Lyerly's social studies class. While most people might not associate social studies with fun, Lyerly says that combining learning and laughing is exactly how he runs his classroom.
I mean, I try to have fun and we joke a lot, but I also have up there TCB, take care of business. So if you can combine those two things, that's hopefully I'm coming across that way.
And he says that a huge part of this is linking the subject to the real world.
The most important thing that I try to keep in mind is I want everything that we do to actually have an impact. It either needs to be creating something that is meaningful to them and or meaningful to the community. And there's, as much as I can avoid it, no busy work.
A strategy he has perfected over years.
I started teaching when I was in 7th grade. There's a forest preserve by my house, and I got too old to take nature classes there. And so I volunteered to help teach, and I caught the bug, and it's what I want to do the rest of my life. It's what I went to school to do, and I have the good fortune to be able to continue doing that today.
And according to his students, his hard work is paying off.
I really love it and I enjoy it, and he makes jokes a lot, and I definitely learned a lot this year so far.
Tell me something good.
I didn't really think that kids could do much about the government and how things are the way the world is. But now I really made me think about how we can change the world.
And it's moments like these that inspired Lyerly to teach.
I like the moment when you're talking to a student and something clicks inside their head and they see something clearly, but then often they see an angle that you've never seen before.
But what really helps, he says, is the childlike energy he brings both in and out of the classroom that truly engages his students and allows him to talk to them on a more meaningful level.
I do know that I turned into a meme recently. When my son Elliot was about to be born, I found out that one of the students had taken a picture of me in the middle of being very excited about something, and the meme was, when you're about to have a kid, but you're still a kid. So that might be part of it.
And this engagement makes his classroom a place for fun and learning. A truly amazing teacher, very accomplished, and he uses a lot of strategies to keep his students engaged. But believe it or not, there's still many teachers we haven't even recognized yet. So if you know one, message us on Facebook or email us at newsroom@naztoday.org. Aaron Vitito, NAZ Today.
Coming up, spend a day in the life of NAZ Today. We want to show you what we do.
All right, welcome to the show, everybody. I'm meteorologist Lee Bourne. The big melt-off continues. This video shared with me by Sabra Zedek out in Baderville. Hope you got to enjoy some of that sweet late winter sunshine. We are changing things up, going into a stormy pattern here beginning tomorrow. Talk about it coming up.
Cash in the dash at Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. Every new Chevrolet will have an envelope in the dash with a card inside, letting you know how much cash you will receive when you purchase your new Chevrolet. $1,000, $2,000, up to $6,500 in extra cash when you purchase your new Chevrolet. Cash in the dash.
Hi, I'm Mark Harris, owner of Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. I guarantee to beat anybody's price or you'll receive $500. Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac. No pressure, no hype.
There's a lot of fear in coming back to school. I'm a 40-year-old man that walked in there to get his high school diploma. It was very hard for me, but one of the teachers was Miss Araceli. She gave me direction. Every single time I had a question, she'll put down whatever she's doing and she'll sit there with you until you get it. 50% of getting your high school diploma is walking through those doors. The other 50% is doing the work.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
You wanted to be a teacher when you were little, but things changed. Teaching didn't seem that cool anymore, so you decided to become something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Amazing things are happening in teaching, so it's time to put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey. I'm ready for the...
Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back. Here at NAZ Today, we want to make sure people understand what we are doing and how we do it. We are student-run and still learning, but we strive for transparency and to teach students how to be fair and honest journalists. As part of our goal, we would like to share a day in the life of NAZ Today with you.
Take it, Mike and Q.
Welcome back to the show, taking a look at our extended 5-day forecast.
NAZ Today does important work because it's informing the community, not only our Flagstaff or school community, but entire Northern Arizona community about things that are going on, and it's just like a real news station.
Take number 3.
The biggest things to know is that we are students. We get class credit for this, but we come here because we want to learn. We want to get better at making news stories, and I think what's really cool about NAZ Today is it allows us to get that hands-on ability that you don't get at a lot of other schools.
For sports, it's to find a story that's relevant to the school or the environment and go shoot it, get your B-roll and your sound bites, come back to the studio, put it together, and then submit it.
We start our day at 9 in the morning with a story meeting. We get all of our stories put together, send reporters out, and then we stay here and put together the whole show. And then we end the day by being on desk and doing a live show.
One.
Fade to black.
Fade to black.
After the show, we have a meeting and we talk about like the positives and negatives of the day and things we can work on to make ourselves better.
I think we all did good.
What we do behind the scenes is super important for NAZ Today. We basically make it happen, so what the reporters are doing all day, we can actually present it for viewers at home to watch.
Snow showers tomorrow, later in the day with a
I
high
think
of
being in news
34.
is so important because
we need that sense of transparency. We need to get news out to the public in a way that is unbiased. And I think that's also like one of the biggest issues in today's news is being biased. So what we strive to do here at NAZ Today is be unbiased and just give out the most important information to our viewers.
We want to make sure we are reporting everything correctly. If we discover mistakes, we correct them. And as always, we welcome your comments. You can contact us by email at newsroom@naztoday.com.
King me.
This must be how Odell Beckham feels when he scores a game-winning touchdown.
Beckham scores! Giants touchdown!
This must be how Rico felt when he triple jumped Mr. Sanchez.
Pepsi.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Don't look at me. Your hair's a bit frizzy today. Aww. You should pick that up.
Every day, kids witness bullying.
Poor you.
They want to help, but don't know how. Teach your kids how to be more than a bystander. Visit stopbullying.gov.
Tonight's NAZ Today weather is brought to you in part by Terry Markson Chevrolet Cadillac in Flagstaff.
All right, soaking in some of that late winter sunshine out there today. Warmest day we've had around here in quite some time, over a month or so. Here we are in Arizona. It was mainly sunny skies for us. Here's a look out the California coast. Our next storm system moving into central northern California. Moisture off to its south. Clouds heading our way, and changes are forthcoming in our forecast. Today's high in Flagstaff, 57 degrees. That is 9 degrees above 48. The average for this time, you're still well off record type warmth of 68. Was the warmest March 5th, set back in 1910. All right, elsewhere across the state today, temperatures responding everywhere. Winslow, 72 today. Up on Hopi, it was 65. It was 80 down in Phoenix, 68 for Sedona, also 68 in Prescott. All right, storm system on the way tomorrow through the remainder of the week. Things will be quite a bit different. This is a little weird-looking satellite. The NAU goes west, but they've done some kind of enhancing on here that really helps us kind of identify some things going on here. Here's the main area of low pressure. Notice its direction kind of lifting into northern area or into northern California. Here we are in Arizona, just off the edge of your screen. This storm system weakening and moving to the north, and that's going to mean really not the biggest rain event for us tomorrow. It is tapped into some moisture. Notice everything coming in out of the south. I think we see rain showers spread into western Arizona here during the early morning hours. Here around Flagstaff, we start to see spotty rain showers throughout the day. The bigger deal with this storm system tomorrow is going to be a very windy day for northern and central Arizona, particularly out in the Little Colorado River Valley in northeastern Arizona. Winds gusting in excess of 50 miles per hour. There is a wind advisory issued from the National Weather Service for the entire region through the day. A windy Wednesday. Temperatures still on the mild side with this very kind of subtropical air mass out ahead of this storm system. I want to bring your attention to this other storm kind of dropping out of the Gulf of Alaska. This storm system due for us on Friday, kind of dropping right into position A and moving in and swinging into Arizona on Friday. So tomorrow we have a windy rain shower day. Thursday we have a windy in-between day. Friday we have some snow showers. hours, it looks like snow levels tomorrow above 8,000 feet, maybe a couple inches up around San Francisco peaks. And then on Friday, snow levels drop to 6,000 feet with a much colder storm. It'll be a more vigorous system as well, although models are kind of backing off on the amount of snowfall, and it's looking right now like I think we just see 1, 2, maybe 3 inches tops with the storm system through the day. Friday, storm's clear. We go into a cool weekend. Okay, here's a look at the most exciting thing we've had around here at Lake Mary in a couple years. The dam about to spill over. 50 degrees outside right now. A few clouds. Winds out of southwest 13 miles per hour overnight. Tonight, mild temperatures, increasing clouds. 34 degrees for our early morning low. We call that mild. Last night we were at 21. Tomorrow, even with the rain showers and the wind and the storm, we're still in the 50s for high temperature. 52 forecast in Flagstaff. We will have some strong wind gusts throughout our Wednesday, but the rain is kind of a secondary feature with the storm system. Sedona 67 tomorrow, Prescott 62, Payson 66. One thing I kind of overlooked, much of the rain, Flagstaff northward, very little, if any, down around Yavapai and Gila counties, and certainly not across the south central deserts out there tomorrow. Okay, here's a look at the extended forecast. Windy weather right on through the remainder of the work week, tomorrow being the windiest of them. Thursday, still kind of blowing and unsettled. Friday, much colder, some snow showers around, wind still blowing. And then we kind of dig out of that going into the weekend.
Well, thanks for that, Lee. What do you have for sports, Mitchell?
Well, yeah, Michaela, NAU women's basketball is on a roll. I'll tell you about it coming up. Stay with us.
I think someone at my friend's school has this thing called autism.
My friend's brother's son has autism. My neighbor's son has autism. My son has autism.
Autism is getting closer to home. Today, 1 in 88 children is diagnosed with autism. That's a 1,000% increase in the last 40 years. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch! Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Heard about the scarecrow who won an award? He was outstanding in his field.
Welcome back to NAZ Today. I'm your sports reporter, Mitchell McKenzie. The Flagstaff Eagles are in full swing once again this season on the softball field. Last season, they had an overall record of 500 while going 9-9 on the season. Their past 2 games have been huge for the Eagles as they destroyed the Glendale Cardinals and the Kingman Bulldogs. Some players to look out for this season are seniors Cammie Smith and Aaron Dry. The Eagles' next game was this afternoon against Bradshaw Mountain, but we did not have those results. We will make sure to tell you all of those results tomorrow. Well, moving on to NAU women's basketball, they have been on a roll as they are on a 2-game winning streak. They won by 4 on Saturday and just destroyed Montana at the Skydome by 17 points with a final score of 82-65. I spoke with Coach after Saturday's win, and she talked about chemistry on and off the court.
We also had a lot of talks with our team just about team building and just really getting on the same page off the court as well as on the court. I feel like it is transferred over from off the court stuff to on court, and that's a big piece for us to have success.
A key player for this team has been redshirt sophomore J.C. Bailey. Bailey has been fire for 3, shooting 50% on Saturday and 77% last night. The women played their last game on senior night at the Skydome at 2 p.m. on Saturday. Well, moving on to professional sports, the Arizona Diamondbacks are in full swing getting ready to start their season. Our reporters went down to catch up with D-backs manager Torey Lovello. Let's take a look on what he had to say about Salvino Bracho's sudden injury.
And we determined he's going to have an MRI today, so he's probably there getting it done right now. I don't have an exact update. get that news to you guys as soon as possible.
Bradshaw was pulled from Sunday's game against the Seattle Mariners due to an elbow injury. I want to wish him a speedy and safe recovery. Also, the Diamondbacks are looking strong this spring training with a record of 6 wins, 2 losses, and 2 ties. Well, lastly, the Phoenix Suns beat the Lakers on Saturday and also faced the East-leading Milwaukee Bucks last night in Phoenix. My overall question is how they faced the Greek freak named Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's see how it all went down last night. Well, let's fast forward to the fourth quarter as Devin Booker has the ball. DeAndre Ayton sets the screen on Malcolm Brogdon, and the Suns take the 100-98 lead after the 3 by Booker. A little over 2 minutes left. Booker takes into the paint and passes it off to Kelly Oubre Jr. for the 3, as the Suns now have a 3-point lead. As Booker, with over 30 seconds left, he is double-teamed, which leads Ayton to be open and takes it up on Giannis, and he makes it. Finally, Giannis has the ball. Brook Lopez bobbles the ball. Kelly Oubre is just excited. The Phoenix Suns take a sweep of the Bucks of a final score of 114-105. And something brief that I will just mention here is coming out of NAU soccer, they did name a head coach, Andrew Luciano, who was the coach for 18 seasons, who resigned. They named Kylie Lau as their new head coach. She was assistant for the past 2 semesters. It'll be really interesting to see what NAU soccer has in store.
Yeah. Well, thanks for that, Mitchell. We'll have a last look at weather after the break.
Well, Thomas, you've got pre-diabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have pre-diabetes. Big time.
Okay, so we drowned the fire.
Yep.
Stirred it. Drowned it again. And now just feel if it's cold.
Yeah.
Cool.
Smokey just gave me a bear hug.
I know. Already posted it.
All right, welcome back. Going into a windy second half of the week with a couple storms. One tomorrow, rain showers, 52 degrees, and a little bit of snow come Friday. Weekend's looking good.
Well, the first day of kindergarten is arguably the most memorable arrival at school. But for a 9-year-old girl in Texas, returning to school midway through the 3rd grade is even more special. Sierra Hussing walked down the hallway collecting flowers and cheers from police officers there to greet her. But why did Sierra get this welcome? Well, she's now cancer-free after beating one of the rarest forms of the disease, synovial sarcoma. After undergoing surgery and treatment, Sierra is ready to get back to her life.
That's an amazing story.
It's so happy.
Yeah.
So, well, good night, and we'll be back tomorrow.